Okay, you're probably wondering what kind of interview we have here. So this is Boink software, and these guys make a lot of great software, and one of the things they do is make Boink's TV. So we're talking about mixers, and we've been showing some hardware mixers. We've been looking at this. This is a software mixer. So this allows you to integrate lots of different video feeds, but you don't need to have all the heavy gear. Now, sometimes you want that heavy gear. You want it to make sure that it's not going to, your computer's not going to crash. You're not going to have any other problems. But sometimes it's fine to simply have something on the computer, especially when you're getting started. If you're getting started and you just want that 2 or 3 camera shoot and you want to throw a bunch of little cameras together, this is a perfect way to get into it. And so this is about $500. They've got these great little sets. This is awesome. They've got a little green screen set over on the other side. They've got this little set. It's a great mobile set that they're showing it off. But essentially, I can just go through here, and right now it's doing an export. But I can simply switch between different camera views. Now you got to figure out how you're going to get them all into the computer. But if QuickTime can see all the different inputs, you can see them. So it could be USB cameras, it can be FireWire cameras, it can be your eyesight. So all of those things you can actually cut back and forth to. So it's a pretty slick little thing, and definitely worth checking out if you want to get into this kind of mixing environment without spending $20,000 for the hardware. So we're here at Telestream, and before this was part of Telestream, it was part of Air Software, and we've been using it since then. So we actually have a fair bit of experience with Wirecast. And so Wirecast, what it basically lets you do is number one, is it lets you get a lot of different multiple feeds and edit them. We talked about that a little bit with the Boink's TV. We've talked about it with some of the hardware switchers, but this is a software switcher, and if you can get a way to get it into the QuickTime feed, this is going to grab onto it, and you can just kind of move through the software and do the switches. The other thing that we use Wirecast for is even if we're using a hardware switcher, we'll use Wirecast because it's a lot easier to get up to Ustream or BitGravity or live stream or any of these other ones. It's got presets that do that. It's got all the pieces for it. It'll do the compression on the fly and send it up there. So all that stuff's kind of built in for you to do webcasting. It's definitely worth checking out. Now, if you look up here, you'll see we've got some video here. I can simply set the next shot up and hit go, and it's simply going to make that transition. And I can have that transition happen any way I want. So you can have as many of those as you want. You can have lower thirds. You can bring videos in. You can do all of those other things, and you can have a lot of that stuff that adds a lot of production value to your multicam shoot without all the hardware. Again, sometimes I want the hardware. I want the stability of hardware. I don't want to depend on my computer. But when you can get away with it, or when you need to get away with it, it is definitely worth checking out. Once again, this is from Telestream, and it's called Wirecast. So no discussion about live mixing would be complete if we didn't talk about the TriCaster. This is the NewTek TriCaster, and of course this is what we're using at the Twit Cottage. And so this is what Leo has all set up and all wired up, and you'll see me fingering around through that stuff and doing all the lower thirds and all the green screen. Well, they have green screen. I don't think we do a lot of green screen at Twit, but you can do live keying, you can put lower thirds in, you can have all those other pieces falling. Now, Leo's using the SD version. This is the new HD version, so this is HD portable live production. So this is the big old box, and so everything wires into this big old box, and then you have a full switcher up here. So you've got a lot of channels. You can have up to 8 channels, I think, coming in here that you can work with. And here you can see a digital set with Kiki up there. So that is the TriCaster, and this has been used. I mean, these guys have been around forever doing this kind of stuff. So they really have figured out a lot of the stuff. And this is a brand new version. It's a newer version from. It's not brand new, right? It's shipping in July, so it is brand new. Sorry, I got a little off there. And so it's just getting ready to ship, and the interface looks like a huge improvement over what I've been using at the Twit Cottage. So hopefully Leo is gonna upgrade as he gets ready for the new cameras. Do you have the time? I don't know what time it is. I mean, are we gonna have enough time to finish these? Yeah. I think it's 10:44. So we're here with Tools on Air, and this is something that I've seen these guys working forward, and I am really excited about this software. This is something that we're hoping to run all of MacBreak TV as we get ready to do it. We want to do 24/7 with MacBreak TV, and this is what we're hoping to run the entire station on. And so what we have here is Just Live, and Just Live is for graphics, so you can have graphics coming in and out. So remember, I talked about some of these hardware mixers don't necessarily have a graphic engine built in, so you want to sometimes do that downstream. You want to pass their video into this and then add the graphics over top of it, and this is a great way to organize all of that and keep track of it all. And they've got some stuff I can't talk about that they showed me that's just amazing as far as being able to integrate that stuff. Now, the second thing is that this is Just Play, and we're going to move that light back a little bit, and we have Just Play here. What this is this allows you to program a station. I mean, you can have it running 24/7 by just stacking everything up. And what's really interesting about it is that the interface lets you not only, here you can see kind of, this is the heavy stack of all the individual pieces, but you also have layers that you can work with. And the interesting thing about this is it uses Quartz Composer. So I can build a Quartz Composer document that has RSS, that has all kinds of other things that are taking advantage of the Quartz engine. This is going to work with it. This is really a Mac product for Mac users, and so we've got to use it for Mac Break TV. And I'm really excited about what they're doing. I think that this is a part of the revolution. Right now, it's really geared towards broadcast. I'm hoping to see it more geared towards online people like us, because I think we're the ones that are really going to jump on this. And so it is still just kind of moving forward, but you got to check it out. If you think that you're going to make a station, if you think you want to have something going, or if you're working at a station and you're trying to figure out how to program it, this is really a great place to start. It's called Tools on Air.